bad with China at the very moment.
Okay.
But there are a lot of
Major, stay with
concerns.
us. We are continuing this conversation. I'm told on the phone we have strategic affairs expert Professor Madhav Nalapat joining us. Professor Nalapat, good afternoon. And you would have heard this announcement by Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri of India and China reaching an understanding on border patrolling along the line of actual control in Ladakh. Would you see this as a positive development and in the right direction?
Look, the fact of the matter is that is basically concentrating on the Taiwan front, and he wants to quieten the other front. So he's gone for this. But of course, the point is that it's not an exception that they intend to keep for very long until they want to ensure there's no second front open once the Taiwan is there. I think that is the reason why it's done. And I think from that point of view, this is
Right, Professor Nalapat, and coming as it does just ahead of the BRICS summit, you believe that this really gives momentum to a possible dialogue that could happen between Prime Minister Modi and President Xi Jinping on the sidelines of the BRICS summit in Russia?
Well, it certainly opens the door to that dialogue because there's an agreement on the border, and it certainly opens the door to dialogue and comes the dialogue. But the point is, China needs to that the is big. It makes no sense for it because making any India other than a friend is so costly for China strategically in the long run that this if the people gain, they will not gain it. Prime Minister Modi is very firm on that. But even if they had done it, it would not have compensated for the negative feelings and hostility that were generated, not least among the public and also the government.
Okay, last question before I let you go, Professor Nalapat. This agreement comes at a moment when Chinese economy is really struggling. You think that the Chinese might have done a climb down because they believe that they have to buy peace somewhere, given the kind of headwinds they are facing on the economic front, as also, of course, geopolitically, the kind of isolation China has been facing particularly from West?
You're quite right, and may I point out that purchases of Chinese imports, that's very tough. Those are staged, by the way. And the Chinese obviously would not want their exports to go down because Xi Jinping is already facing a lot of flack for a flagging for an economy, a declining economy. But yes, I think that's a very important point that you have to keep in mind, that the economy is not doing well and the Indian market is huge and expanding. So they would like that market going and, if possible, expand it even further.
Right. Thank you so much, Professor Nalapat. Hope to see you in the evening when we have a conversation, a detailed conversation on this. Major Samar Paltur continues to be with us. Major, tell us what this means militarily in terms of disengagement. You think that we are already looking at the possibility of the two militaries now taking a call on maybe, if not fully, then partially reduce the number of soldiers there in eyeball-to-eyeball confrontation in Ladakh along the LAC?
See, Abhishek, right now, as the gentleman previously said, it's an economical war. China is bleeding economically, number one. One of the major reasons is because of its deployment along the Ladakh border. Now winters are approaching. And as the winters approach, the temperatures are going to plummet to minus 30, minus 45 degrees. So it's humanly impossible for them to man such locations at a large strength. So definitely that is one of the major reasons why they have asked that the strength of the troops be reduced on both the sides. Number two, they are focusing on Taiwan, right now because that is the main objective, the unification of China, the one China policy.
Yeah.
So right now they wouldn't disturb the peace and the tranquil that is being maintained right now. But again, once bitten, twice shy. So they have deceived us before. They have deceived us just before Galwan. There was no major incident that
Right.
had taken place and suddenly it erupted. So yes, the Indian forces will have to
Right.
be on alert. We cannot take it easy and take
Major,
a
just stay
casual
with us.
stance. Yeah.
Just hold on to your thoughts. We also have General KJ Singh, I believe, joining us live. Just saying, very good afternoon to you, sir. And you would have heard of this development, India and China reaching an agreement on border patrolling. You have been there, serving in those areas. You think do you see this as a positive development insofar as ultimate disengagement is concerned, or you think we should be slow, watch? Because as Major Tur was saying, once bitten, twice shy. We cannot trust the Chinese completely as yet.
Abhishek, Jai Hind. It's a very signature and a positive development because all progress has to be based on border talk. So, to that extent, disengagement taking place in Depsang will be very positive. It may not happen at our terms. We may have something called as no patrolling zones, like we've had at other places, like PP 14, 15 in Pangong So, but it will ensure that Chinese would also have to disengage from areas like Y Junction and PPs 10, 11, 11 Alpha. That's a huge big stretch of territory. And you know, in Depsang, there is large deployment of tanks on both sides.
Yeah.
So it is good that we are thinking of this is only disengagement at this stage. Then we will have to think of it lead to de-escalation and de-induction.
Yeah.
We'll have to be careful, like what Major Tur is saying. I endorse that. We can't be blindly following the Chinese lead. We'll have to remain. We'll have to retain troops in vicinity.
Right, sir.
But it is well known that Chinese are paying a huge big price for maintaining those forces over there. Economically, it's a huge big burden on us. So to that extent, it's a very positive development. I welcome it.
Very true, sir. Thank you so much for your thoughts. In fact, Major General Sanjay Soi also joins us on this broadcast. Very good afternoon to you, sir. And the fact that this announcement is coming at a critical moment when it's possible that the two leaders might meet on the sidelines of BRICS summit, but more importantly, just ahead of winter. So militarily speaking, General Soi, this is a good development for both the sides because if there is thawing of the temperatures that we had seen between India and China, then obviously it's going to reflect in the deployments and particularly those that happen during winters, which adds to the logistical push that is needed. So hopefully with this agreement and understanding, General Soi, according to you, in military terms, this is a positive development.
Absolutely, Abhishek. I would say that any discussion, any talk, any communication on the positive side, we should take it positively. So yes, as both my predecessor, earlier speakers have mentioned, we got to maintain the caution, and I'm sure Indian Army has always been alert, and we will remain alert on the border. However, keeping with the huge logistic cost on both the sides and both the largest political populated countries of the world, if we join hands together and we remain peaceful on the borders, I think it will be beneficial for both the countries, both in terms of trade, economy, peace in the area, and yes, of course, whether it is the South China Sea or in our neighborhood. Yes, the China has been trying to encircle us from whether it is Bangladesh or Sri Lanka or Myanmar or Maldives. They are trying their bit. But yes, that is why we got to remain alert militarily, diplomatically, and as far as internal and external threats would always be there. So I fully agree with my earlier speakers that though it is a very good sign, it will be should be taken positively, and we can move ahead from here. Abhishek.
Thank you so much, General Soy and General Singh, and of course, Major Samarpal Tour. And a big announcement has been made by India's Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri while addressing a press conference on the upcoming visit of Prime Minister to Russia to participate in the BRICS summit. And the announcement was about India and China reaching a border patrolling agreement, which is not exactly the disengagement and the de-escalation and de-induction insofar as the presence of our troops eyeball to eyeball with China is concerned. That might still be some time away. But this particular understanding, because remember earlier reports had come of our soldiers, particularly of the ITBP, not able to access some of the border patrolling points that they were able to before 2020 standoff, and similarly on the Chinese side. So with this agreement reached, it provides an immediate thaw and builds a momentum towards a possible meeting between Prime Minister Modi and President Xi Jinping on the sidelines of the BRICS summit in Kazan, Russia, which begins tomorrow. With that, I hand it over back to the studios. Okay, I think we are still staying with the story, and with the announcement that was made by Foreign Secretary just a while back, this is being welcomed by all parties. We are looking at the possibility of this building momentum in favor of an ice-breaking dialogue between India and China. General Soy, you're continuing to stay with us. You think that this opens a window where a broader diplomatic engagement can happen between India and China, on which we had seen effectively a full freeze happening post the Galwan clash. In fact, in all the international multilateral format meetings, wherever there was possibility of Prime Minister Modi and President Xi Jinping meeting, it did not happen. Now perhaps it can.
Absolutely, Abhishek. In fact, I am taking it in a very, very positive manner, because this kind of news, this kind of development leads to a number of things. If you see, in 23-24, we in India and China trade was almost 118 billion. And there's a huge scope of both the countries benefiting with the peace on the border. And our external affairs minister made it clear, not once but many times, that there cannot be a development or there can't be a peace without peaceful talks without peace on the border. The peace on the border and solution on the borders was the first point which we always insisted. So there is a lot of scope in all the fields, whether it is in the security areas or whether it is in the trade, business, or on the border, and both the countries will definitely benefit. I look at it very positively. Yes, a caution as a military mind would always be there in my mind, that we got to remain alert because at times what happens in the strategy or in the deception, they try to put you at ease and then strike. So we got to be very careful on their development, and we got to continue with our development of infrastructure, which has been going on for last 3-4 years, where we are lagging behind China. So there should not be any stoppages or delay in those development of infrastructure, modernization of armies, army, air force, navy, and yes, of course, our diplomatic efforts. Abhishek.
Okay, let's take one more voice. Colonel Shailendra Singh joins us. Colonel Shailendra Singh, a welcome development there happening between India and China, perhaps providing an icebreaker ahead of Prime Minister Modi and President Xi Jinping visit at the BRICS summit.
But let me tell you that this has not come free of cost or as a charity from China. They were forced to do this because they have been habitual. They create some situation like this, and then they always find that India lumps it, India leaves it. This is the first time they have found, the world has found, and India has found that no, nothing less than the date And the day the border situation was, unless it comes back, we are not going back. We will keep you under pressure. I think that is the success in this more. That yes, India is learning, maturing, and understanding that China needs to be handled not only carefully, but sternfully. If you are correct in your stand, nothing, no pressure of anybody can work, including China. The economy and all those things, that economic gains or, pluses and minuses, hell with that. I think India has gone right first time that it has allowed the army to keep the pressure on. In fact, what General Soy was saying, I can only say as a journal, he may be able to handle the situation at an international level. But let me tell you, at my level of a Paltan, the pressure will never be less. We will still be vigilant. We will still dominate that area. We will still put China under so much of pressure that either you stay on the border in your non-air conditioned compartment, which he cannot because their troops are not used to of that, or go back to where you were, and then we can start afresh with whatever talks you want.
Right, Colonel Shailendra Singh, thank you so much with this perspective. As also General Singh and General Soy, we are continuing our non-stop broadcast of this very major development insofar as India's geopolitics and national security, in fact, is concerned. With this, I hand it over back to the studios and, of course, for the rest of the news developments.
Thanks so much, Abhishek. We'll shift our focus to Kashmir, viewers. The high alert, remember, has been sounded across the Jammu region following the terror attack in Ganderbal. And security has been, of course, tightened, and particularly in the areas where the non-locals reside, because once again we see non-locals have been targeted in this attack. And in fact, officials have been instructed to reinforce the security throughout the region to prevent further incidents. Republic TV, remember, is the only channel reporting from the attack site in Gagangir, that is in Jammu Kashmir's Ganderbal. And high alert has been sounded. There you can see the visuals of what happened after the terror attack. 7 people, viewers, have lost their lives. 7 people have lost their lives. Several others are also injured in this attack. And these are the exclusive details Republic TV is getting to you. Remember, there has been a pattern in the past of 1 to 1.5 years that the migrants, that non-locals have been targeted by these Pak-sponsored terrorists. Remember, the mastermind this time is said to be Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorist, a Lashkar commander who is said to be operating from the Pakistan-occupied Kashmir right now. And live visuals, now we'll cut across to live visuals coming in. Manoj Sinha, the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, holding a meeting. And I believe these are also the victims' family members also who are meeting the LG. LG is in fact right now at the, let me just tell you, correct the information here. He is at the victim's residence. He's meeting the family of the victims who lost their lives in this cowardly attack. And Manoj Sinha, remember earlier, had said that the terrorists will not be spared, that there will be a befitting reply to those who have committed this heinous attack. And he's now consoling the family members of the victim. As we speak, these are the live visuals coming in. Republic TV, the only channel to get you the latest leads on this story. And as we speak, Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Manoj Sinha, is at the residence of Shashi Abrol, who was killed by terrorists in Ganderbal. Shashi Abrol was killed in this attack. Remember, 1 doctor, other migrant laborers were targeted by the terrorists. And remember, the brother of Shashi Bhushan Abrol has demanded the strictest punishment. He is one of the 7 people killed in the Gagangir terror attack. He was the breadwinner of his family. Take a listen in, viewers.
LG is meeting the parents of the deceased. Yes, right now we are showing you the visuals from the house of the Braveheart who lost his life in the deadly terror attack that has taken place in the Gagangir area. And now his wife is meeting the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Manoj Sinha. Manoj Sinha, soon after reaching Jammu, arrived at the native place of Shashi Abrol, who was among the 7 people killed by the terrorists, and now his family members are meeting the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. The family is shattered. The family is shattered because of the loss that we have seen yesterday in a deadly terror attack sponsored by the Pakistani terrorist. Jammu and Kashmir LG Manoj Sinha has made it amply clear that no one will be left, and a free hand has been given to the Jammu and Kashmir police. Now the daughter of this daughter, she's a minor, she's meeting the Lieutenant Governor. She's also inconsolable. She don't know what has happened to her, because yesterday evening she spoke to her father. Today all of a sudden she got to know that her father is no more with her, and that is why she's unable to understand what is happening. LG is now ensuring the family members that every possible support will be extended to the family of the deceased. We are showing you the visuals. This is at the house of Shashi Abrol in Jammu. It is in the Talab Tilo area of Jammu where the LG has arrived. His residence, Shashi Abrol's residence, who was killed by the terrorist yesterday in the Talab Tilo area, and now the LG along with the senior officials of the Jammu and Kashmir police, they have arrived here. The LG is assuring all the family members that the stringent action will be taken against those who are behind this deadly terror attack, and LG has made it amply clear that there will not be any of these attacks will not be accepted as all. We are showing you the live visuals as LG is speaking with the family members who have lost their dear one in this terror attack, and a clear-cut message from the J&K administration that no one behind this will be left. Sir, what will be the message? सर आपने कहा कि फ्री हैंड बिल्कुल नहीं दिया जाएगा, सुरक्षा बलों को फुल फ्री हैंड
नहीं, सुरक्षा बलों को पूरा फ्री हैंड दिया गया है और ये बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। जम्मू कश्मीर का प्रशासन पूरी तरह से इन परिजनों के परिवारों के साथ है और मुझे लगता है कि जल्द ही जिन लोगों ने इस घृणित काम को अंजाम दिया है उनको निश्चित रूप से भुगतना पड़ेगा।
तो सरकार की नीति बिल्कुल स्पष्ट है आतंकवाद के खिलाफ, एकदम
उसमें कोई दुविधा नहीं होनी चाहिए।
सर पाकिस्तान लगातार कोशिश कर रहा है माहौल खराब करने की,
स्वाभाविक रूप से कोशिशें हैं, लेकिन हमारे सुरक्षा बल जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस सेना मुस्तैद हैं और बेहतर कोऑर्डिनेशन से निश्चित रूप से हम।
क्या संदेश रहेगा पाकिस्तान के लिए?
पहले हमारी जिम्मेदारी दूसरी है, जो खुद अपने लोगों को नागरिक सुविधाएं नहीं दे पा रहे हैं वो जम्मू कश्मीर में अशांति पैदा करने की कोशिश न करें।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। तो ये थे जम्मू कश्मीर के उपराज्यपाल मनोज सिन्हा, जिन्होंने की परिवारजनों से बात करने के बाद रिपब्लिक से बात की है और उसमें उन्होंने कहा है कि एलजी प्रशासन जो है वो बिल्कुल साफ है। लगातार वी आर कंटिन्यूइंग विद दिस रोलिंग कवरेज राइट फ्रॉम द ग्राउंड जीरो।
Will be punished. The perpetrators of this attack will be punished. Stay tuned to Republic TV for more.
Lionel Messi showcased his brilliance with an astonishing 11-minute hat-trick, propelling Inter Miami to a record-setting 6-2 victory over the New England Revolution in a Major League Soccer game on Saturday at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This win enabled Inter Miami to establish a new Major League Soccer record for the most points in a single season, finishing with 74 points from 34 matches and a 22-4-8 win-loss draw record, edging past the Revolution's 2021 record of 73 points. As the team captain, Messi made an immediate impact when he came off the bench with the score at 2-2, and thus he assisted Benjamin Cremaschi just a minute after coming on, allowing Miami to take the lead in the 58th minute. He then scored his first hat-trick for the club starting in the 78th minute and thus became Inter Miami's all-time leading goal scorer with 33 goals. Moreover, Miami became the first MLS team to have two players in Messi and Luis Suarez each score at least 20 goals in a season. Currently, Messi and Suarez are tied for second in the Golden Boot race with 20 goals, just behind DC United's Christian Benteke, who has 23 goals. Remarkably, Messi leads the league with a total of 36 goals and assists in only 19 games. Our captain has led us and the players have risen to the challenge during tough moments. But tonight, we celebrate. Tomorrow, we'll focus on the playoffs, stated Inter Miami co-owner David Beckham. After returning from an ankle ligament injury sustained during the Copa America final on July 14th, Messi has now recorded hat-tricks in back-to-back games following his stellar performance for Argentina in a World Cup qualifying match against Bolivia. And there was to be more celebrations on the night for Miami as they received the 2024 Supporters Shield, which they had secured after securing their best regular season record in the MLS for the first time. This also marked their first piece of MLS silverware since they made their debut in 2020 as an expansion.
This is Republic Cucina Studio, your one-stop destination for all the breaking news and updates. I am Rakshita Mishra. Let's get started.
In the India Today Best Universities 2023 survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School Bengaluru.
Security forces are firm on their stand that there needs to be a stringent action that will be taken against these terrorists.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
an agreement has been arrived at on patrolling arrangements along the line of actual control in the India-China border areas, and this is leading to disengagement and eventually a resolution of the issues that had arisen in these areas.
Ahead of Prime Minister Modi's visit to the BRICS summit, India and China agree on disengagement in Ladakh. Pak terror kills 7 in Kashmir. Lashkar-e-Taiba commander Sheikh Sajjad Gul suspected to be the mastermind.
Pakistan! Pakistan! Pakistan!
Massive anger against Pakistan. Protests take place in Jammu demanding strict action. Process to demolish the illegal portions of the structure in Shimla begins. Three unauthorized floors of the controversial structure demolished. The Chief Justice of India is now in the eye of a massive controversy after he says that he prayed to God to find a solution on the Ayodhya Babri Masjid dispute. And a big update in the most sensational killing of NCP leader Baba Siddiqui. Zishan, his son, likely to come up with major leads this week. All right, we have breaking news coming in right now, viewers. Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav has now made his bizarre statement, and a big statement on the Bahraich violence. Now he goes on to say that whatever happened in Bahraich was planned by the BJP. That's the big update we have right up. The Samajwadi Party chief has in fact blamed the BJP for what has happened, for the violence that erupted in Bahraich of Uttar Pradesh. He has said that BJP did this so as to get political mileage for catering to vote bank politics. That's what Akhilesh Yadav has in fact alleged. Take a listen in, viewers.
बहराइच जो कुछ हुआ है, मैं अपने पत्रकार साथियों का धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं, और खासकर उन यूट्यूबर्स को, उन तमाम सोशल मीडिया के लोगों को जिन्होंने निष्पक्ष होकर के सच्चाई सामने लाने का काम किया। और सच्चाई ये है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने जानबूझ करके दंगा कराया, क्योंकि उनको पता है कि चुनाव आ गया है, किसी भी सवाल का जवाब जनता में नहीं दे सकते हैं, इसीलिए राजनीतिक लाभ लेने के लिए जानबूझ करके भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने दंगा कराया है। और जीरो टॉलरेंस की अगर बात थी तो आखिरकार पर्याप्त पुलिस क्यों नहीं थी, पर्याप्त प्रशासन का इंतजाम क्यों नहीं था, और जो जानकारी में था प्रशासन को उसके बावजूद भी नहीं किया कुछ भी। मुझे उम्मीद है कि न्यायालय से न्याय मिलेगा। समाजवादियों ने विकास करना शुरू किया।
We'll get you more on that. My colleague Ajit Dubey is joining us live on the broadcast from Lucknow. Ajay, well, Samajwadi Party chief is now saying that the BJP orchestrated this entire incident in Bahraich, in Maharashganj, where in fact 22-year-old Ram Gopal Mishra had also lost his life. He was brutally murdered there in broad daylight amidst the communal face-off. Samajwadi Party is saying that all this is being done for the upcoming by-polls.
Definitely, Akhilesh Yadav is targeting BJP, and the important part is it is not the first time for Bahraich he's targeting BJP. On his social media, on various platforms by Samajwadi Party social media platforms, they were targeting BJP for all this incident. They were claiming leaders of BJP, workers of BJP are responsible for this. I'm joined by the minister in UP government, Dinesh Pratap Singh. Dinesh ji, ये अखिलेश यादव के बयान को कैसे देखते हैं आप? अखिलेश यादव जी ये बयान दे रहे कैसे देखते हैं आप इसे?
मुझे नहीं लगता है कि एक परिपक्व सोशल सर्विस वाले व्यक्ति को ऐसे बोलना चाहिए। बहराइच में जो घटना हुई निसंदेह बहुत ही दुखद घटना है, किसी परिवार के लिए, किसी राज्य के लिए, किसी सरकार के लिए, किसी पार्टी के लिए इससे बड़ा दुखद नहीं हो सकता है। तो ऐसे दुख की घड़ी में अखिलेश यादव जी को इस रूप में कहना कि किसी पार्टी ने राजनीतिक फायदे के लिए ऐसा कराया होगा, मैं समझता हूं बहुत ही निंदनीय है। और भारतीय जनता पार्टी और भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कार्यकर्ता भगवान राम पर आस्था रखने वाला कार्यकर्ता होते हैं और हमको किसी भी प्रकार के गलत रास्ते को अपनाने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। जब सेवा करके, सम्मान दे करके, विकास करके ही भारत में हमारी सरकार है, उत्तर प्रदेश में हमारी सरकार है, तो ऐसे रास्ते पर चलने की हमको कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है।
तो उपचुनावों को लेकर टारगेट कर रहे हैं, उपचुनावों को लेकर वो कह रहे हैं कि उपचुनाव हैं, वो हार जाएंगे जानते हैं, इसीलिए इस तरीके की चीजें कर रहे हैं। क्या उपचुनावों को लेकर ये बात है? आप कैसे इस मैसेज को देखेंगे?
बिल्कुल नहीं। उपचुनाव हम अपनी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं की बदौलत, अपनी मोदी योगी जी की सेवाओं की बदौलत हम जीत रहे हैं। जो हार रहा हो उसको भले ही ऐसे किसी रास्ते पर जाने की आवश्यकता है। जनता जनार्दन भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ है, उत्तर प्रदेश और भारत की सरकार के साथ है। मुझे ऐसे किसी कामों की आवश्यकता नहीं है, ऐसे गलत रास्ते पर चलने की मुझे कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है, ना मेरी पार्टी को आवश्यकता है।
See, we are having Dinesh Pratap Singh here. He is
All right, viewers, we once again get you the latest update coming in. Remember, Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Manoj Sinha, is visiting the family members of the victims of this terror attack. Remember, 7 people have been killed, and he was at Mr. Shashi Abrol's residence. The doctor who was killed in this terror attack, Manoj Sinha, also spoke exclusively to Republic TV just a while back, where he said that there will be action taken against the perpetrators, that the forces have a free hand to counter and give a befitting reply to those who are waging terror against the citizens of the country. And as we speak, these are visuals coming in from Jammu and Kashmir, viewers, and inconsolable family members. All right.
और जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस के सीनियर अफसरान गए थे। मैं खुद भी आज स्किम्स में घायल लोगों को देख के आया हूँ और अभी एक मृतक परिवार से व्यक्तिगत रूप से मिला। सुरक्षा बलों को पूरी आज़ादी दी गई और मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि जल्द ही जिन लोगों ने इस दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण घटना को अंजाम दिया है, केवल उसकी निंदा नहीं बल्कि उनको उनके मुकाम तक पहुंचाया जाए, ये जरूर जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस करेगी।
सर, पिछली बार एक बड़ा एक्शन लिया था सर पुलिस ने जब टारगेटेड किलिंग पिछली बार शुरू हुई थी। इस बार किस तरीके से पुलिस को आपने कहा है काम करने के लिए?
उससे भी तगड़ा एक्शन जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस करेगी। उनके परिजनों को मैं आश्वस्त करना चाहता हूँ कि जम्मू कश्मीर प्रशासन पूरी तरह से उनके साथ है। जिस कंपनी का काम चल रहा था उस कंपनी ने भी 15 लाख रुपए की आर्थिक मदद दी है। एसआरई में भी 6 लाख रुपए हर परिजन को दिया जा रहा है और भी SRO 43 में जो जम्मू कश्मीर के निवासी हैं उनके लिए नौकरी का प्रबंध कैसे होगा ये जल्द देखा जाएगा।
लगता है चुनाव में जिस तरीके से मुक्की खाई है पाकिस्तान ने, उसी की बौखलाहट जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं देखने को मिल रही है।
स्वाभाविक रूप से पड़ोसी के पेट में दर्द ज्यादा है, इस तरह की कोशिशें करेगा, लेकिन उसका मुंह तोड़ जवाब दिया जाएगा।
All right, that was the Lieutenant Governor speaking to the media. In fact, Republic TV spoke exclusively with Manoj Sinha just a while back. Take a listen to that conversation with my colleague Simran Singh.
सुरक्षा बलों को पूरा फ्री हैंड दिया गया है और ये बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। जम्मू कश्मीर का प्रशासन पूरी तरह से इन परिजनों के परिवारों के साथ है और मुझे लगता है कि जल्द ही जिन लोगों ने इस घृणित काम को अंजाम दिया है उनको निश्चित रूप से भुगतना पड़ेगा।
तो सरकार की नीति बिल्कुल स्पष्ट है आतंकवाद के खिलाफ, एकदम
उसमें कोई दुविधा नहीं होनी चाहिए।
सर, पाकिस्तान लगातार कोशिश कर रहा है माहौल खराब करने की।
स्वाभाविक रूप से कोशिशें हैं, लेकिन हमारे सुरक्षा बल जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस सेना मुस्तैद हैं और बेहतर कोऑर्डिनेशन से निश्चित रूप से हम।
क्या संदेश रहेगा पाकिस्तान के लिए?
पहले हमारी जिम्मेदारी दूसरी है, जो खुद अपने लोगों को नागरिक सुविधाएं नहीं दे पा रहे हैं वो जम्मू कश्मीर में अशांति पैदा करने की कोशिश न करें।
My colleague Gursimran Singh is joining us live on the broadcast from more. Gursimran, well, of course, there is anger amongst the people of Jammu. You showed this morning the protests that are happening, and now we saw the pictures where the family members were inconsolable. Manoj Sinha, the Lieutenant Governor, has said that there will be a befitting reply that will be given. Of course, the wait, of course, continues that the innocents, the non-locals, the soldiers, they're all laying down their lives, but the infiltration continues, these terror attacks still continue.
See, if we speak of the Jammu and Kashmir is shattered, Jammu and Kashmir is anguished, and also Jammu and Kashmir is determined. Jammu and Kashmir is shattered with the loss of 7 heroes, 7 civilians who were earning their livelihood in the Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir is anguished with what the Pakistani terrorists have done, what those radicals have done to Jammu and Kashmir, how they have brutally taken the lives of the 7 civilians. And Jammu and Kashmir is determined to ensure that the terrorism does not live here. And that is what the message the Lieutenant Governor of Manoj Sinha has given while speaking to Republic, to Pakistan, that you should stop trying to vitiate the peace process in Jammu and Kashmir, because you are failing even to feed your citizens. This is the message that has come from the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. Though the families are shattered, but they also have a determination that they will one day beat the terrorism, and that is what the resolve of the entire Jammu and Kashmir is. We have spoken to the people since morning, be it the political people or the people who are in anger over the incident that has taken place. The people are saying that it is the right time to pay back to the Pakistan that has been vitiating the peace and also trying to disrupt it by carrying out these kind of targeted killings. This is the second deadliest attack on the civilians in 2024. Earlier, it was on 9th of June when the Prime Minister Narendra Modi was taking oath for the third term on 9th of June. It was in the evening when the pilgrims bus was attacked by the terrorists and 9 pilgrims lost their life. Once again in the Kashmir Valley, we have seen similar fashion attack being carried out when the terrorists barged into the camp of the laborers. They have killed 7 laborers, and now the families are demanding justice. The LG administration and the Jammu and Kashmir government has ensured that every possible help will be extended to them.
Right, Gursimran. In fact, Arawat also joined us live from the attack site. Arawat, what are you picking up as far as the investigation is concerned? The NIA team is taking over this investigation, and what all has been discovered till now?
Yeah, Rakshita, so far we have seen that the multiple CCTV footage have been accessed by the security agencies now that are being filtered by the various security agencies. In fact, if we'll talk about the national investigation agencies, that too have been joined the operation here. In fact, we have seen that the top officials from the Jammu and Kashmir police and other paramilitary forces are here, and they are doing the anti-terror operation since the yesterday late night, as we have seen that the multiple CCTV footage have been accessed from the various locations that are being matched with another, and also the data of the nearby electrical towers also are being collected by the forces, as we have seen in the Gagangir area, in which 7 non-locals and 1 doctor from the Badgam has been killed in the deadly attack. This is the big and the major deadly attack of the year 2024 here in the Kashmir Valley. Also, I want to mention it here that we have seen yesterday that the TRF has claimed the responsibility of this attack, but we have seen all the entry and exit points have been completely sealed by the joint security forces to nab the attackers. It's a bit difficult for the forces because the attack site, it's very much close to the forest areas. That's why the operation is taking time. But we have seen all the officials from the Jammu and Kashmir Police and Indian Army are here on the ground, and National Investigation Agency teams are also here, and they are investigating the matter. We have also seen these kind of attacks in the various parts of the Kashmir Valley, but at the last, after the investigation, we have seen that recce has been done before the attacks. And if we'll talk about the Gagangir's attack yesterday, that too is being verified. Was there any local hand involved in yesterday's attack? That too is being probed by the various security agencies. Yeah, Rakshita.
Right, Rawat, of course, as you were mentioning, that there were many challenges, of course, to this investigation, as you were talking about the demography of this area, as you were at the attack site. If you could just, we will go across to now Gursimran once again, because, Gursimran, we've seen that time and again, the non-locals have been on target of these terror outfits, especially in the past 1 to 1.5 years, especially Jammu and Kashmir region has been, Jammu region has been on high alert because it actually has that that a higher population in terms of the migrants, in terms of the non-locals. But what are the measures that have been taken up? Because the infiltration is something that is now witnessing a surge before the snow starts falling.
See, absolutely, you have rightly mentioned, Rakshita, that there are concerns when it comes to the population, the non-local population or the migrant population in the Jammu region. Reason being that be it the projects or the number of the livelihood opportunities that they get in the Jammu region are way more than the...
All right, we will just go across to that connection with Guru Simran. There seems to be an interruption there, but remember, we are just putting out that entire timeline of attacks in Jammu Kashmir, especially you talk about 3 days, 2 terrorist attacks have taken place. Now we cut across to live visuals coming in from West Bengal. Remember, the doctors who are fasting unto death are supposed to meet the Chief Minister of West Bengal today at Nabonno for the... All right, this is the vehicle carrying the protesting doctors. The one who's leading the protests has arrived at Nabonno, moving towards Nabonno. The protesting doctors moving towards Nabonno for the meeting with Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. She has extended the olive branch once again. Mamata Banerjee will be meeting the protesting doctors today at Nabonno. And remember, it's been 17 long days that the fast unto death continues. The strike of the doctors continues as they vow to get the justice delivered for Abhaya. They are firm on their fasting. The protesting juniors have agreed, however, to meet the Chief Minister at Nabonno, but they have said they are not going to end their fast. That's the big update we have right now. In fact, these are the live visuals coming in from outside, from where the vehicle is now passing through. It's en route Nabonno, and West Bengal Chief Minister had invited them after the protesting medics served a 72-hour ultimatum to the government: either concede to their 10-point demands or they will be forced to call a day of general health strike in both the government and private hospitals. And the politics also continues. Remember, Mamata's ministers, they continue to slam the protesters, question their integrity, question their intention, calling it political. Here you have the visuals of the protesting doctors who are now en route Nabonno to meet the Chief Minister of West Bengal. Mamata Banerjee had called the medics on phone through State Chief Secretary Manoj Pant when Pant had in fact was accompanied by the State Home Secretary visiting the fasting site in the Esplanade. And Mamata Banerjee had said that she needs at least 3 to 4 months' time to consider the demands, as she was speaking to the medics on phone when they were fasting. When the junior doctors were fasting, and the Chief Minister had urged them to withdraw their fast unto death and resume work. However, they refused to end their hunger strike. They have arrived for the talks. They want their demands be fulfilled for the safety of the doctors.
ভালো বেরোবে অনশনকারীরা ডিসাইড করেছে আমরা বাসে আজ যাচ্ছি 17 people are going right now in this bus. 17 people are there on the bus, 17 junior doctors. That is what the junior doctors are saying. This is the bus, this is the vehicle that is taking them to Nabonno. Right now the junior doctors are heading towards Nabonno, the chief secretariat, and that bus